I'm not at Fen Farm Dairy today, but I am here doing something to do with cheese. But behind me you can see this amazing old barge and the reed beds in the background. I'm at Snape Maltings. It's here in Suffolk, about 3-4 miles from the coast, really not far at all. But I'm here because I want to learn, how does a professional cheesemonger care for, look after and sell the wonderful Baron Bigod? Let's find out.
The person behind the counter is just really essential.
This is one of our local bries that's made about an hour's drive from here. I've just won loads of Gold Star awards again. So for you as well? Yeah.
Oh my god.
We are very privileged to have East Anglian cheeses, Norfolk, Suffolk. So they are all basically my centerpieces. From the Baron, the Dapples, the St. Helena, Mrs. Templeton in Blue, Welsh Alpine, Suffolk Gold. So they are my centerpiece. And then we vary cheeses as well. In Christmas time, we'll have a third more options comparing to now. It's only quiet in January, February.
This is the Baron.
This is the Baron Bigod, yeah.
We'll definitely get some of that. And,
We have so many British brilliant cheeses. You do need to have a bit of a variation as well. Some people prefer European. People is very conscientious about the care of the animal, the welfare of it.
how are you?
Very well, and yourself. Would you like to try one of these? Holly, I've just prepared for us. It's a local brie called Baron Bigod. What we have done is just to put a little bit of matelassy jelly on top of it. At the end of the day, if you look at what is pasteurized, unpasteurized, what's cow, what's goat, what's sheep, and you can say, okay, I've got 10 goat, 10 sheep, but 20 cow, or even 30 cow. Doesn't really matter. It really depends on what sells at the end of the day, so you need to monitor it yourself.
It's just really essential that you got the story behind it. We do want to hear about where our food comes from. Nico, are you right?
Yes, and you.
Yeah, good to see you again.
Good to see you indeed.
Yeah. Well, this is Baron. This is okay.
Yes, Baron, yes. And I've paired it with matelassy jelly. You know, Jane Stewart from Norfolk. Yeah, so basically that's her jelly that she's
It's so good,
making.
isn't it?
Yeah.
It does seem to work well with a sweet
Very much
accompaniment,
so.
doesn't it? A friend of ours, their wedding anniversary party, and they had a whole 3-kilogram wheel.
Yes.
And they plonked a huge bit of like honey in the honeycomb.
Excellent.
And it's like, and I didn't realise you just eat the honeycomb too.
Yes.
It's like really, it was just so good. When you do like the tasting like this, does that have like an impact on sales?
Absolutely. So I will sell on the same day the crackers as well as that, plus your Baron. So it's like a trio basically. So it's really good. You know, it's like people is a little bit more cautious spending money in the current climate and stuff like that. However, if they taste it, they've got that confidence of they do like it. And if you speak to the customers, basically explain it's made by Jonny, just up the road from Bungie and stuff, so you get that bit of history as well.
It's always difficult when you come in the shop and there's stuff everywhere, isn't there? Like, what do I get? And like, you know, you're coming in here to get something nice, aren't you?
Exactly. Basically, with the wax paper, you can go vertical or horizontal. With any brie, I would go horizontal, always on an angle. And I take my right-hand side first over, and the nose is the most important bit of any piece of brie that you are wrapping. I'll start with the nose, secure my nose firmly. Here you can go, so you can see that nose is safe. And then it's a little bit of origami, so like a paper jet flowing. And bring that one over, we get a nice line that is part of the decoration of this is a very prestige piece of brie that the customer have just purchased. Finger in to get an angle there, over, over, and basically I just seal it off with a label which is your Baron Bigod.
something which, as a cheese maker, you don't realise there is so much attention and hard work put into the bit what leaves us to get.
Absolutely.
You know, it's the whole story from, like I said, from like milk to the end customer, like enjoying that cheese.
I need to take care of it so the customer will love it as well, but come back.
And for that to get to that end customer, all of those steps have to be good.
Absolutely.
You know, from us to you has to be good. It still has to be looked after and cared for. It does have that effect, that knock-on effect of like you respecting the food and the cheese and, you know, and looking after it and caring for it. It then helps the person who takes it home and eats it. They also like are more likely to care for it properly too.
Absolutely.
So it does have that effect.
Yeah.
You know, and it's not just about the cheese, the flavour of the cheese, it's also about the origin of the cheese. Where did it come from?
Yeah.
Who made it? Having the story behind, you know, like all good foods, it's like knowing the story behind that food. It kind of almost makes it taste better, which it's a nice way of looking at stuff, isn't it? In some ways, I would
different
say,
avenues, basically.
yeah, but it's kind of feels like the right way. The Cheesemonger is like really vital, like what those guys do and the passion what they put behind that product. You know, we're all part of the same team here, from the cow to the grass to end customer and all of that stuff in between. We're all trying to, like, you know, provide a delicious product.